Shouldn't we as a race always look at bright spots too, even amidst times of distress? And if you're looking at businesses, while a clutch of businesses are crumbling down under pressure of COVID-19 and the lockdown, there are some beneficiaries. And one such business is probably the OTT platforms. Now, the interesting bit is some do well, some not as well, and some are like Alt Balaji, which, as my numbers tell me, have seen a 60% uptick in daily users during the lockdown. Nachiket Pantvaidya, CEO of Alt Balaji Johnson, right now to talk about that and maybe some bits about content as well. Nachiket, good having you. Thanks for joining in. I can understand that while you must be worried about the lockdown, you are smiling all your way, if not to the bank, then to the platform because your users are just expanding. What's happening here?
Well, our user base is going up by about 70 to 80% every day. From 10,000 subscribers daily that we were getting pre-March, we are now clocking about 17 to 20,000 subscribers per day. And this is largely because a whole new mass market has come into play because of the lockdown. With watch from home now being the new entertainment mantra, we are seeing that tier 2 and tier 3 cities are also consuming our platform, especially because our content is local and very importantly our price is very affordable. So we have a 300 rupee per year price, and because of this we are seeing a large uptake of fresh subscribers.
So you, for now, I'm presuming you would be offering people content that has been in your galleries for a while because new production would not have happened, or did you have a clutch of underproduction things that got materialized in the last quarter, and therefore in that sense it is very new too?
So our to answer your question, we offered one new show called Triple X, and we also have some shows that have already been shot and have to be post-produced, but we have to pace them out. If you put everything out in one go, you might not be able to sustain this lockdown phase. So we are working out a strategy to pace out our launches to maximize the subscribers that come on. The other factor, of course, of the lockdown is that we have to manage the streaming cost per user because, of course, the streaming is very much higher and usage is higher. So therefore, we will pace out our launches in a manner that people can sample things once every 20 days, once every month or so. Having said that, the content production pipeline is dependent on when there is actually a lifting of the curfew.
If I can just ask a very lame question, because a lot of people might not understand this and it might help them as well. How would this work? I mean, your revenues would be a factor of essentially the number of subscribers alone, or would advertisements play a part here? How does this work, and which of these sites? I'm guessing subscription is the site that is probably giving the money right now. Ad spends, if at all they exist, would be very, very minuscule right now.
Well, our OTT platform does not take any ads, zero ads. So we are not dependent on the advertisement economy to generate revenues. We are fully dependent on subscription. We are fully dependent on people who pay for our services and see our shows. That's one. But what happens is, I think there is a slump in advertising revenue in these quarters, and therefore advertising rates are much lower than what they were in Jan, Feb, March. Therefore, we can advertise our shows and acquire consumers at a lower rate than what we were able to do earlier because there is ad inventory going free. So it is in a way affecting our business in the sense that it becomes better for us because our customer acquisition cost goes down because we can advertise cheaper.
I'm guessing the biggest reason for this is the lockdown. It virtually gave you guys, all of you, without needing to spend too much on spreading the word and advertising, people having to come in and subscribe because they have to do something meaningful. My question is, when one looks at a business model, one thinks of the runway of growth available as well. Now, the world is your oyster, yes, but I'm just wondering, your numbers have expanded quite exponentially. You probably didn't expect this pace either. What's the size of growth that is possible? Not the pace, but the size of growth that is possible if this lockdown extends, if this lockdown doesn't extend?
Well, if the lockdown extends beyond June, then we are going to be in a crunch situation, because fresh content, if it's not available, then everybody will consume the past library, and this run will continue only till Diwali. I think after that we don't have fresh content to give out. So to answer your question, that June seems to be the point. Also, monsoons start in June, so production becomes kind of that much more difficult going into July and August. So somewhere around June, if we can find ways of starting production again, then I expect this to be a very, very good run going ahead. If that doesn't happen, we have to kind of rework our maths. However, having said that, we still are in a very, very good position for the next financial year till March 31st, because we have got about 10 to 12 shows which have already been produced, which just need to be edited, and editing can be really done from home. You just need one person and a laptop on a very basic level. So I think we are good. However, lockdown extending is never good news, given that you have to give fresh content. Mind you, while we have got just a month's data now, we also need to be careful about what is the streaming cost per subscriber that we have acquired. And that data is yet to come in. But if they're watching more, you have to stream more. It's not a major factor, but that's something that you need to look out for in the next quarter or so.
Ajay, I was going to ask you that. I mean, how does this work? I mean, would you be able to tell us at all as a small...
Yes, we will be. But right now, as you can see, it's just been a month. So
no, how does it typically work? I mean, is the streaming cost a really large percentage? Does it go up disproportionately? How does it work? Sorry.
No, typically in our budgets, out of 150 crores of our cost base, streaming cost would be anywhere between 15 and 20 crores.
Okay.
So typically, streaming cost as such, if going up, is good because somebody is watching your content more. So it's typically a good news to have, But that has to be also combined with the flow of content, because if your streaming costs are going up and new content is not coming in, then about 6 months from down the line, you have to kind of rework your P&L numbers a bit.
I get your point. Nachiket, one small, needless to ask question, but I'm asking nevertheless. I would guess that for the period that we're talking about, your operational metrics will show a disproportionate jump on the upside. Would that be a very easy assessment?
On the consolidated level for Balaji Color, that's not the correct assessment. For Alt, there will be a jump. There will be a jump in direct subscribers. And the costs attributed to that will not be there, because we are not putting in that much fresh content. But we have to still tot up the numbers to see where it goes. It's just been a month. The month of March has been exceedingly good. We've seen an upside. April subscriber numbers are looking good. I'm just hoping that this run continues through. Right now, it looks like it will go through, and it'll be on the bottom line. It will be very good.
Got it. Nachiket, all the best. Thank you so much for speaking to us today and giving us your thoughts. Appreciate your time.
Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
Viewers, thanks for tuning into this broadcast.
Beep.